All right, so I am back for one more. The reason why I'm on here for this one is just because I didn't want to leave while I was feeling inspired to share it. But if you hear me cough, I apologize. It's just I feel my throat already starting to get raw because I'm not fully healed yet. So, hi guys, my name is Donnie Rouse, and you are listening to the podcast One Life. Make a mess. Do you ever feel like you're stuck in a comfort zone? That you want to change different aspects of your life, but whenever you even think about it, you don't even know where to begin. Or maybe you loop around in a circle. You want to take action, you have the intention of taking action, but then for some reason you find yourself still at home when you should be going to the gym. If you find yourself in this role, my advice to you is to get a little messy. So, what does it mean to get messy? Getting messy means being okay with being a hot mess. One of the reasons I feel people don't jump into the career they love, the relationship they want, the exercise routine that'll give them the body they want and health is because they're afraid to get messy. They're afraid to fail. So, how do you overcome the feel of failure? How do you overcome the fear of looking like a pure novice? The solution is to allow yourself to be a little messy, to be a hot mess, we'll say. So before we go any further, let's look at the areas of our life. Where are you not happy in an area? It could be your health. Maybe it is your relationship. Maybe you want to be in a relationship, but you're not currently. Maybe it's your career. Pick one of those categories. You can go back and do this another day with all the other categories. Secondly, what is holding you back? Is it because you are afraid to get messy? And by messy, I mean taking some risk, trying something new. It could be going on a dating website, but maybe you've gone on dating websites before and you know they didn't work, but you're still going on a dating website. So this way you can tell all your friends that you're trying, but you know it's not going to work. You're going in with that mentality and attitude anyways. So you're just setting yourself up for failure. So this way you can say, I told you so. And then lastly, what if you can take steps and you didn't have to care about how you looked? You didn't have to care about what the result was. If you were going on that date with somebody or you wanted to find that someone, you didn't care if you went on a date and it was a complete train wreck or you went on a date with someone that you had absolutely zero interest in. How would that change your perspective on the game? This past weekend, I went out to meet one of my friends, my friend James. He had gone out to dinner with a group of friends and invited me. The dinner invitation was a little bit too early, and I wanted to get to the gym, so I declined and then told him I would meet up with him later. They were at a bar downtown Stanford called The Third Place. I went downtown. I went to the first bar. We were supposed to meet at a different bar. I went there. He wasn't there. I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to go home. Plus, I had forgotten my phone. And then I texted him saying, hey, you know what? Where were you? You weren't at the bar you told me you were going to be at. He's like, no, I'm actually at this bar now. I thought to myself, I was like, all right, well, I'm home now. Maybe I'll just stay home. But then I was, no, I would always, like my the normal thing to do for me would be to stay home. Let me just go out. I'm actually forgetting an important part. So I went to that first bar, and sometimes I go into a bar and I feel like very weird walking to a place alone. Yes, I do sometimes. And as I was there, I'm walking around. People are all together, friends chatting, and I'm walking around the bar looking. And I remember just feeling like I feel like people are judging me. But then there was a point as I was making the second round around the bar, I said, who cares? Who the hell cares? And I'm actually happy that I took a walk around this bar and just kind of browsed to see if there's anyone I knew. So I gave myself that little pat on the back. As I got in the car, I was thinking about relationships, about business, about many things. I was like, well, why aren't I in a relationship right now? Just like for the same reason that I wasn't going out that much. I wasn't doing a lot of social activities. It was because I was afraid of getting messy, meaning afraid of being awkward. As you listen to this, I'm actually currently going through creating my own online course. And in that, there is a whole social media initiative to step out as an influencer in the space that I want to speak on, which is living your one life, getting life clarity, and espresso. But stepping out in that arena is not comfortable. Going live at a moment's notice on Instagram and doing all these social posts is not comfortable. But in order to have the influence you want, you have to step into that discomfort. And you have to be okay with it getting a little bit messy, right? Okay that, you know what? Yeah, I might go live and I might fuck up and be on mute. I've done it many times. I might be on mute, or I may be looking in the wrong direction, or when I'm going live, the sun may shift and all of a sudden the bars in my window are going to shine on my face. I've done that many times too. It gets messy, but if you're okay with it getting messy, all of a sudden now you've just given yourself like a hall pass. You're like, all right, well, I'm allowed to be in the hall. Yeah, I may get caught, but I'm just going to keep on going. In the car, I was having this thought. I was like, well, what's been my approach to relationships? When I am, do I allow myself to get messy when in a relationship? I'm like, no. Why? Well, why? Because I'm afraid of getting judged. I'm afraid of things not working out. I'm afraid of getting judged by my living situation. I am afraid of getting judged by, like the way I dress, because I've had my brothers beat it into my head and making me self-conscious about certain things when I was growing up. All of these fears and these, I guess I don't even call them, maybe like mini traumas from my childhood and stuff, they kind of stack up. Right? I remember, going up to a woman and her giving me like this stank look and getting shot down and thinking it had something to do with me, when it had nothing to do with me, it had everything to do with her. Sometimes you can know something, but yet when that trigger is there, it still jolts you and you have to like kind of recall it and talk yourself out of it. So there were all these things inhibiting me from being in a relationship that I want, going out and just dating. But then I asked myself, I said, well, all right, well, what if I just allowed it to get messy, right? What if I was okay with it being messy? I was like, well, that'd be fine. Would I have some shitty dates? Of course. Would I have some dates where I go out there, I buy dinner, and I just literally spend money and it doesn't go anywhere? Of course. Would I have some situations where maybe someone's judging me? Maybe they say something that I don't like? Of course. Would I have maybe meet someone who jives with me and just loves me for being me? Maybe. But you wouldn't know unless you're playing the game. And that is true of life. Unless you're playing the game, you're not going to know. So you have to be comfortable with getting messy. You have to be comfortable with stepping into the unknown and comfortable with the fact that you're going to figure it out along the way. The problem is you have this preconceived notion that life is supposed to unfold perfectly when it's not true. Life gets messy. It stays messy. Right? Your business starts messy, right? You're building a business. It starts off messy until you get a footing and you know exactly what you're doing until the next growth spurt happens. And then it's all messy again. Life is messy. So the faster you can get comfortable with it being messy, the better off you'll be. The key is to understand why it's getting messy and take steps to improve, take steps to better yourself, take steps to learn a new skill. So this way you could prepare yourself for the next messy spot. I want to tell you this because it's what keeps so many people stuck in comfort, never stepping out to fully live their full life, start that career, be in the relationship, get the body they want, take the trip they want. Please go travel. If you want to learn anything about discomfort, step out into the real world, go travel to a place you've never been. You'll quickly learn what discomfort is, but you'll also learn that it's okay and that it's all going to be all right. Let's go back to the 3 questions I asked you. Where are you feeling stuck in your life? Pick one of those areas. Secondly, what new actions have you taken, if any? And don't lie to yourself. If you're taking the same action over and over and it never worked before and it's not going to work now, but you keep taking it just so you can say, I told you so. Be honest with yourself so this way you can stop the sabotaging. You can stop and just give yourself permission to try something new and be okay. And then lastly, what are some steps you can make? If you didn't care about what people thought, if you didn't care how it was going to turn out, if you were comfortable with the fact that it was going to be a hot mess, what are some of the steps you would take? Give me 3 examples right now. And just go out there and do those 3 things. Yes, will it be scary? Of course. Will it be messy? Of course. Guaranteed. Will you feel alive in the process? Yes, you will. Life is about emotions. So the more we can step out into those discomfortable or uncomfortable places, only there can you start to feel these emotions, this feeling of aliveness. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss a single episode. If you have any questions or comments, you can email them to me via my website at www.donnyrouse.com. Again, www.donnyrouse.com, DONNYRAUS.com. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. You deserve to live the life you love, but it all starts with a decision. You only get one life. Live it. God bless, and I will see you again soon.